Welcome back. This is part two of Gorr the Dog Butcher gives dog advice, and that's what we've been doing in the previous part. We've been reading a few questions and giving advice and our opinions regarding these dogs, and the best opinion that anyone can give to a dog question is get rid of the dog or don't have a dog. Those are the best two things but we're gonna continue. We're gonna continue and with 41 things and more that you can do instead of owning a dog. So this is gonna be a counter to 10 science-based benefits of having a dog. And this is from the make this a little bigger. This is from the American Kennel Club. So I'm guessing this is a very prestigious club. They've been around since 1884, it seems like. And they have 10 benefits of a dog, or 10 reasons to get a dog. And one of them is you feel less lonely. Dogs are good for your heart. Dogs help you stop stressing out. Dogs help us cope with crisis. Dogs encourage you to move. Dogs make you attractive even virtually. This is attractive? Does this look attractive to you? She looks like an idiot. No offense. She looks like an idiot. Looks like the dog looks like Polkaroo. You guys know the TV show Polka Dot Door. This dog looks like the ugly version of Polkaroo. Dogs make us more social. Dogs are so adorable they make us love them. Dogs make us happier. I'm not too loud. And 10, dogs help seniors with cognitive function and social interaction. And a lot of these can be put into another top subject. For instance, crisis, stress, good for the heart. They all could be one. This is like one reason. So these dog lovers, again, they're just making up stuff just to add more reasons to manipulate people in getting a dog. That's what I think. But these are 10 things, and now I am going to counter that with 40 things and more that you can do and use instead of owning a dog. And remember, this is about providing solutions to these dog nuts. This is about letting dog nutters, dog lovers, dog owners know that me and you may have our differences in terms of dogs, but I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you cure your dog nuttery. And I have 41 things that you can do instead of owning a dog that are way better than owning a dog. But you see with dog culture and this dog industry, you're paying with dogs, you're paying someone you don't see so you can keep a dog in your house. Gotta pay to get it vaccinated, license, food, all the other stuff that goes along with it. Seems like a ripoff to me because you get nothing in return. See, there's some people who own chickens. With chickens, you get something in return. You get eggs, food, they help with insects. So you get something in return. But with dogs, it's you get an empty wallet. Unless you want an empty wallet, then sure, that's what you get. But we're gonna start. So 41 things and more that you can do instead of owning a dog. And the first one is just be quiet and learn. There are some people that just talk way, way, way too much. They talk too much where they just are unable to read facial expressions. They're unable to observe the environment. They just talk too much. I don't know how people do it. Sometimes I feel like I talk too much on this thing, and it's like, am I talking too much? I feel bad sometimes. Sometimes you just have to just be quiet and just learn. Listen. Again, you don't have to agree with it. You don't have to agree with it right away. There's no rule that says, oh, you immediately have to agree. That's ludicrous. That is ridiculous. Just be quiet and learn. Think about it. Reflect on it. Do your own research. And then you will see the reality of this dog culture. So if you're lonely or social, you have your family, your friends, your children, sons, daughter, grandparents, relatives that you can be around. There's one solution instead of having a dog. There are also virtual meetings. In this so-called crisis, there are virtual meetings that you can attend to or do or use to communicate with people from around the world, family from around the world. Meetup groups. So there's a website called meetup.com where you can search for your favorite hobbies and meet up with people either virtually or in person. Not for everyone, but there's online dating. So if you're single, or if maybe, I don't know, if you're single, you can use online dating to, find someone instead of owning or keeping a dog in your house. Sometimes you just got to enjoy being alone. And they say sometimes you need to be alone. Not to be lonely, but to enjoy your free time being yourself. Free time being yourself. So sometimes it's okay to be alone. You don't always have to be near people. And you don't always have to be alone. True, but sometimes you got to enjoy the times that you are alone. But even if you have a dog, though, you're still technically alone. Like, come on, let's be honest. Even if you have a dog and you're lonely, you're still technically, physically alone. And if that's not the case, let's say you are in the house by yourself and you have mice in your home. Would you still consider yourself alone or lonely? Because you can't, if you include dogs being around you as, as company, then you might as well include the mice that live in your house as company as well. For common stress, so you can also volunteer for charity work or anything in your local area. You can do yoga, exercising. Listen to music. Listen to new music. You can go for hikes, walks around your city, neighborhood, in the park. You can read a new book, read an old book, learn new things. You can garden, weed the lawn, weed the garden, plant new vegetables, plant new plants. You can try a new recipe. Learn something new. Yes, you can learn something new. Try to learn something new. Instead of getting a dog, you can use the money that you would spend on a dog to learn or go to new places to learn something new. For health and fitness, you can go to the gym. If you have a home gym, use your home gym. Go for a walk, like I already said. Go for a bicycle. And as well, gyms, you can use gyms to be social. Diet or change your diet. Try a new diet. Let go of any baggage. Letting go of your baggage so you can have peace. So you got to let go of the shame, the secrets, the hurt, the hang-ups, the habits, the resentment, and the guilt. Sometimes you just have to let go. It doesn't come easy, but sometimes you just have to let go. And I think, again, one of the main reasons people get dogs because they have so much baggage. So they get dogs thinking they're going to solve anything, and it doesn't. You get a dog, that all it is you getting a dog that's not solving anything. That's not letting go of any baggage that you may have. Be positive. And I spelled it wrong. Wow. And Gotta be positive. These things don't happen overnight, but try. You gotta take a step at a time. You gotta start somewhere. Listen to positive music. For me, I'm not into the modern or the current day music. I haven't listened to like rap music or hip hop in a long time. I don't know who's out. I don't know what new music's out since for like maybe 10 years. I don't know who's out. All I listen to now maybe is reggae, old school, hip hop, classical, jazz, a lot of positive stuff. You can join a sports club, either as a coach, a ref, or as a player. Maybe there's an adult league you can join. Cope with crisis. You can write. You can write poems, write stories, write a book, start a diary. Just write it down, because sometimes writing things down actually is very therapeutic. So try that. Instead of going out and getting a dog, just write things down. Try different cursive handwriting. Not for everyone, but you can meditate and pray. Again, not for everyone, but this is an idea and a solution that you can or may use. It may work a little bit, may not. Only way you'll know is if you try. You can talk to someone. Talk to someone about your problems or what you're going through. Your friend, your family, your husband, whoever the case may be. Sometimes you just have to talk to someone about it. Just talk. And again, I know people love to talk. I'm not one of them, but I know people love to talk. But as soon as they're having a problem, all of a sudden they can't talk about it. They can gossip about any person, anyone else, but when it comes to them, they can't even talk about themselves. If you need help about something, you got to be direct. You got to talk. That's why people are in the state they're in, because they don't talk. They don't talk about the problems they go through. They keep it bottled inside, and they talk about things that are totally irrelevant. Sometimes you got to be patient. You'll heal it. You'll heal. It just takes time and patience. Sometimes that's all it takes. Something happens and it's just going to take time. It could take a day, a year, 2 years, 10 years. It's going to take time. But within those years, don't get a dog. Don't do it. Don't do it. You got to find solutions to your problems. I mean, people will argue and complain and do this and that, but they never want to find solutions to their problems. They don't. I don't understand that. It's like they want someone else to fix their problem, but they don't want to solve or think of solutions for their problem. Count your blessings. Be grateful for what you have or don't have. Just be grateful. You don't need a dog. You don't need a dog. You can record your own music. All you need is a pen, pencil, paper, maybe a tablet, Studio One, computer, headphones, instrumentals, voice, or an instrument. That's all you need. Record your own music. You don't have to be famous or try to be famous. You can just do it privately. Do it for your own self or for your friends or family. Make them listen. Again, these are just solutions that are way better than owning a dog. Be attractive, feel good. It's all about sometimes how you dress. For men and women, just dress appropriately. Once you dress right, you feel good about yourself. I'm not saying every day go out and get new clothes, but no, from time to time, I think getting something new and dressing and wearing it, is good. It's fine. Because sometimes when you get new clothes, you just feel good. But again, it's just how you dress. And I'm not a fan. Personally, I'm not a fan of wearing pajamas in public. Don't do it. As long as you're on your property, I don't care. But the moment you touch on public property and you're wearing pajamas to the store outside, whether it's 2 a.m. or 5 p.m., don't do it. Don't do it. Whether it's a pajama top or pajama bottoms, don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't do it. How about just smiling? Just smile sometimes. Again, I'm not telling you to be fake, put on a fake smile, but just smile. Try it. Just smile. Don't be a jerk. I mean, have some common sense, some manners and etiquette. Just don't be an a-hole. Don't be rude to people or disrespectful. A lot of these dog lovers are jerks. You think they would be better than, people, but they're jerks. They're bad. Dog lovers will say dogs are better than people, but yet they're not showing an example of how people should be. Unless they want us to be jerks like them, then that doesn't make any sense. So just don't be a jerk. Think. I think with people today, they just don't want to think. Thinking is hard. They want people to do things or say things for them. Just stop and think for a second. This can go hand in hand with like meditating. Just take time, maybe 5 minutes a week or a day, and just think. Just stop and think about things. And you can ask yourself these questions. Is it true? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? Is it necessary? Is it kind? And if it's about getting a dog, it would be no, 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 and no. Don't get a dog. Just think instead. Improve your interpersonal skills. And this is about, how you interact with other people around you. And that goes hand in hand with social skills. And just because you're an extrovert doesn't mean you're good at, you have good interpersonal skills or good social skills. Because sometimes even extroverts can just talk and not realize what the other person wants to think or say. Extroverts can be rude, obnoxious. They could be annoying. So just because you're an extrovert doesn't mean you have good social skills. And just because you're an introvert doesn't mean you don't have any good social skills. With intrapersonal skills, that's about yourself. You got to know thyself. Know who you are. Know what you like to do. You ask yourself questions. Think. Like what makes you happy, what makes you sad. And it can't be a dog. Honestly, it can't be a dog. No dog should be able to make you happy. No person can make you happy. And no dog should be able to make you happy either. You got to make your own self happy. You got to know who you are. A dog just adds to the baggage. So again, you can improve your social skills, intrapersonal skills, and your intrapersonal and interpersonal skills. Control your anxiety. You got to stay in control of it. I had some of the worst anxiety. Honestly, I should be dead. I should have killed myself already. I should probably be in jail. I should be in the worst state ever. I probably had one of the worst lives ever. And a lot of you extrovert dog lovers and social dog lovers, man, I put you to shame. I'm a guy with social anxiety, bad anxiety, can't talk to people. Yet you can talk. You have these extrovert skills, maybe a little bit of social skills, maybe, but yet you're suffering from anxiety? You have all these people around you, yet you're still suffering from anxiety? You can't help yourself? Dude, I'm telling you, my life was bad. Very bad. And not once did I think of getting a dog. You know how I got better? I helped myself. I made myself better. I put in the work. Because when you get a dog, service dog, all it is you have a service dog. That's it. It doesn't solve problems. It's not a solution. Even like getting a stress ball is not really a solution. It's just a way of coping with it. Or managing it. And still, dogs don't manage your anxiety. All it does is sit there and does nothing. Dogs are trained and given food for it to act the way it acts. Dogs are not doing it because they care. They're doing it because they've been brainwashed to do so. With that, get out of your comfort zone. That's what I did. That's what I did. You just have to get out of your comfort zone. Stop giving a damn. Because if you remain in your comfort zone, the anxiety will only get worse. So you got to get out and experience life. And you got to desensitize yourself. And that goes hand in hand with staying in control and getting out of your comfort zone. You have to desensitize yourself. The first time coming out of your comfort zone should hurt a lot. Then do it again. It's going to hurt, but maybe less. Do it again. It may hurt more again. You do it over again and again. It starts hurting less and less and less until eventually your anxiety is under control. Your anxiety might not disappear, be cured from it, but you can stay in control of your anxiety. I'm living proof. My anxiety was so bad. I tried to kill myself maybe 2 times. I mean, I failed at killing myself. You think that should have added more anxiety? No, but I worked on myself. I put in the time, the effort. I'm not just going to sit there and settle and get a service dog. And another quote I've learned a long time ago, this person says the opposite of success is not failure. The opposite of success is settling. And a lot of people with anxiety, in terms of dog culture, they're going to settle for a dog. People with anxiety, panic attacks, whatever the case may be, they're going to settle for a dog. Can you believe that? 2021, almost 2022, and we have people settling, literally settling for a service dog instead of making themselves better and going out there, out of their comfort zone, desensitizing themselves and learning. They go out and they get a service dog. And there's no proof, no evidence that these service dogs actually help with anxiety. There's none. How would you prove it? There is none. No data. No data. Nothing. These service dogs are worthless. I don't care who you are. I am either for service dogs or I'm not for service dogs. I am not. I don't care who you are. No one needs a service dog. Accept critical feedback. They might be right. If you hear critical feedback, your very first reaction should be, thank you so much. Again, a lot of people don't like to be corrected. They don't like hearing things that are bad or maybe negative about themselves. But just think about, maybe this person is actually right. Whether or not you don't like this person or this person is annoying or the case may be, maybe they might be right. So just stop and think for a second. Think about it. Sometimes the worst feedback could be actually the best feedback. Because we're often so used to people just like not saying anything. We're so used to this PC or PG culture where you can't say anything anymore. So when someone says something completely out of the norm, you're shocked. But maybe their advice or their feedback might actually be useful. It's going to sting, no doubt. I'm not going to say it's not going to hurt. But just accept it. Learn to accept feedback. Don't react. Don't verbally or physically react. Just stop and think. Maybe they're right. Maybe they're wrong. Maybe they're rude. Maybe they're uncalled for. But depending on the situation, if you have a brain, then you should be able to figure this out. Just stop and think. I don't judge. That's a big lie. Everyone judges everyone. So everyone judges. Like everyone judges. It's a lie. If someone says they don't judge, they're lying. They're lying. If you are hanging with your friends or whatever, then technically you do judge, and you can't say you don't judge. Because if you're with a group of people, then chances are you like these people. Therefore, you're judging them. So everyone judges. And people are afraid to be judged, just like they're afraid of critical feedback. And we gotta stop this nonsense. We gotta stop this. It's very bad. It's demeaning. It's degrading to the humanity. And again, this is why people get dogs, because dogs don't judge. Apparently dogs don't judge. Even if you're doing foolishness, you rather have a dog not judge you by it. You may know what you're doing is wrong and foolish, so you get a dog just so no one can say something. That's dangerous. That is very dangerous. Everyone judges. So dog lovers, just accept the fact that you are being judged whether you hear it or not, whether you know a person or not. You see a person on the street or not. You're being judged every day. And you're probably judging people too. And you do, because you say dogs are better than people. That is a judgment. You're just judging people right there. So don't be a hypocrite. Don't lie. Just be quiet and learn. Assistant. This is kind of about the service dog. You can offer helping hand, or you can seek out a helping hand, as in, talk to someone again. Friends, family, a doctor, a therapist. Go to a community center. Look at ads for any help. Go to Kijiji for anyone who's offering help. Or there's so much things on the internet where places you can go looking for help, for answers. The internet, YouTube, it's so endless. Even with censorship, it's still endless. There's still a lot of things still out there. So use it while you still can. Help yourself. This is probably the best one out there. You gotta help yourself. And again, people don't like to think. People don't like to do things for themselves. So this is a problem. If you can't help yourself, then something's wrong. You're gonna have a really hard time. So this should have been number one. You gotta help yourself first before anything else. But people in these days are so dependent on dogs, particularly dogs, to help them, and dogs don't do anything. Ask a dog to, work for you, work a shift for you. Well, ask a dog to drive you around somewhere. That's not gonna happen. We need people, and you need yourself. But first, before you can seek out people, you gotta help yourself. It starts with the intrapersonal. Help yourself, please. And there's resources again, from the library to community centers to internet, for therapists, mental disorder clinics. It's endless. There's so much out there. Teachers, professors, friends, family. Resources are endless. And again, use it while we still can. Use it. Just use it, please. You will realize that there is life without dogs, and that's a great thing. It is a great thing to be dog free. We have technology now, so we don't need service dogs. We have laptops, tablets, phone, other technology I can't even name. Not only just with gadgets, we also have like toys or like handheld things that you can use. Fidget spinners, stress balls, things like that can help you cope with certain things. And again, we don't need dogs. We don't need service dogs. I have a few questions. I can't see. Hopefully this works now. I have 5 questions. Why do they want people to own dogs? So why? Why is there such a big push, a big agenda for people to own dogs? Why? Why can't dogs take care of themselves? So again, like I even say, why can't dogs take care of themselves and stay away from humans? So why can't dogs take care of themselves and stay away from them? Why is there such a big push, a big agenda for people to own dogs? Where are these dogs' moms and dads? Why can't they look after them? Why can't these dogs go into the jungle and just live there? Why do they need to be around people? Why do we have to buy dogs? Why is there such a push for us to own dogs? Why? Why don't lions tell deer to look after their cubs? Why don't deer tell lions to look after their babies? Why don't they do that? Why is it such an honorable thing to own a dog? Like some websites you read, it's like a great thing to own a dog. Why? Why is it so honorable? Why do we get so much praise because we own a dog? Why? I don't get it. All they do is sit there doing nothing. They don't do anything. They shit and then you have to go pick up their shit. How is this honorable? Being a shit picker? Man. And why is it such a horrible thing for someone to hate dogs? Why can't we hate dogs? I mean, without the stigma. I mean, I don't care, but for the average person, why is it such a bad thing to hate dogs? We can hate food, we can hate people, days, we can hate presidents, we can hate so much things, but we can't hate dogs. Dogs have killed so much people, but we can't hate them. But we can hate butterflies, we can hate spiders who sit there doing nothing on their webs. But we can go and kill them. But with dogs who have killed people over and over again, we can't hate them. Why? Why? I mean, I hate them, but why is there such a stigma for people to hate dogs? Who cares? Who cares? And other things you can use in replace of dogs are stuffed animal, your action figure. You can volunteer to help injured animals at maybe a vet or a place that allows you to help with animals. I mean, if you like touching up animals or touching up dogs, maybe you can help with injured animals at least. But don't bring them home. You can become an animal scientist or biologist or whatever the case may be. You can, smoke some ganja, but do it responsibly. You can canoe, kayak, should I add snorkeling there? A lot of other water sports or activities. You can go camping. You can go for a drive, a road trip. I mean, imaginary friends. What is there? Again, I don't see there isn't much difference. I mean, there are differences, but there isn't much of a major difference between a dog and an imaginary friend. With both of them, you have to make up things. You as the person, you make up things that are there or not there. You speak for the dog. You speak for your imaginary friend. You make up things what the dog is doing and not doing. You make it up. You just make it up just to suit your conditioning, to suit you as a person. That's what you do. And I asked that question again, like what if the dog just does not like you? What if the dog doesn't like the home it's in? But you're probably going to assume the dog is just, bad. You're going to assume the dog is, is aggressive. But maybe the dog just doesn't like you at the place it's in. Maybe it misses being at the shelter. Just maybe. Do you ever think of that? Obviously no, because these dog lovers are just they're abusive. They're dog abusive. They're dog cruel. They take in dogs and they stuff them in their home and they tell the dog what they can and cannot do. And they want to call dog haters bad when they're being dictators and enslaving dogs. I've yet to enslave a dog. But dog lovers who love dogs are enslaving dogs and bossing them around and conditioning them, brainwashing them. You can play video games, but do it responsibly. I'm not a fan of the whole cursing video games and the YouTube streaming. I'm not a fan of that, but from time to time, playing video games isn't bad. From time to time. You can run a marathon. And look at this. None of the above are dangerous than owning a dog. Look up the stats and you'll see people die more of dog attacks than any of the above, with maybe the exception of driving. That's it. You think man's best friend would be like would never be like would have a clean record? But dogs have killed and harmed so many people over the years. Probably even more than car crashes in a major city, probably. You can watch anti-dog channels. Like Worthless Mutts, hello. You can join anti-dog groups like on Facebook or Reddit, but just don't troll. Just be quiet and learn. You don't have to say anything. You can just read, be quiet, learn, do your research. You can contact your local mental health, addiction, and organization. But what if they are dog lovers too? You see, that's the thing though. There's a high chance that they would be dog lovers. They may not own dogs, but they still could be dog lovers. They still could be pro-dog. You can go into a therapist and say you have a dog problem where you want to get rid of your dog, but you don't know how. And the therapist is going to be very biased and say nothing's wrong with having a dog. You see? So it's a little tricky though. It's a little tricky because there's a lot of dog lovers in these places. And it's like a drug addict going to a drug dealer to quit doing drugs. So again, it kind of goes back to helping yourself. Foremost, you got to help yourself. You got to be your own doctor. Be your own therapist. You got to build yourself. Know who you are. And again, the rest will come. The rest will come. All this is connected. Like all this connected. All of this is connected. So again, I think contacting your local area about mental health, addiction, organization. But again, a lot of these could also associate with dog loving. For example, okay, let's say you're doing a sport, like let's say soccer. You go to the soccer field and someone brings a dog. It could happen. Go to the gym to be social. Then you meet up with someone who's there who is also a dog lover. It can happen. You go for hikes, hikes and walks in the parks, in the street, in the neighborhood, in the public. You might see a few dogs. It's likely to happen. You do meetups, groups. You may meet in person, and someone might bring a dog. Someone might be discussing a dog. You might be in a group about, let's say, gardening, or let's say horses or video games, and some guy brings up dogs to the topic, and the group has nothing to do with dogs. So it's possible to happen. Virtual meetings, you're in a virtual meeting that has nothing to do with dogs, and in one of the screens, someone's on the other side of the screen making out with their dog. Or, you're with someone and all of a sudden they want a dog. So again, these are good solutions, but they're not 100% dog proof. Because dogs can just appear. Knowing that dogs are everywhere, they can appear. But again, it's about finding solutions. And sometimes if you're in a meetup group at a park for just a talk or to fly kites and someone brings a dog, you might want to find a different group then. You gotta be able to find solutions, to keep trying. Try your best to be dog free. And it goes back to seeing a doctor or someone about your mental illness, your dog nuttery. They can also be dog lovers. So that's tricky though. That is very tricky. But I think the best solution, the best replacement for a dog is helping yourself. All the other things are very useful, but they're not 100% dog proof. I'm not going to lie and say they are, but they're not 100% dog proof. But you got to help yourself. Dog lovers, you are sick. You're sad. Something happened in your life. I don't know what it is, but I know you know. And here I am giving you feedback, solutions about what you can do to help yourself beat this dog nuttery. You don't need dogs. And I'm telling you, I've been in very bad situations where I was, should have been dead now. And not once did I say I need a dog. Not once I said, oh, maybe a dog. I need a dog. I need a companion. I need a little pooch. I need a little puppy. Not once I wanted to go touch and grow up a dog. Not once. Instead, I worked on myself. I worked on me. I did it. I was the engine for me to be better, to beat the anxiety. I did it. My anxiety was so bad. It was like I was a different person. I wasn't me. And every time I look back at it, it's like I hate to say it, but I cringe, man. I hate. It's like I'm developing some like post-traumatic stress or something like that. PST. And I hate looking back. Sometimes I just hate looking back at what I was. Because it was horrible. But not once I need a dog. And I'm telling you, I'm not saying I had the worst life. I could probably say I have one of the worst lives. And you dog lovers, you got to be grateful for what you have already. Get rid of the dog. Don't get a dog. And you'll realize that life is better being dog free. And really, you don't even need a therapist or any of that. Like again, I'm not a fan of that stuff because I like to help myself. All you have to do is get rid of the dog and help yourself. Those are two main things. Get rid of the dog and help yourself. And everywhere you go, there might be a dog. Anywhere you go, there might be a dog. I hate dogs, as well. I go to the park, I see a dog. I want to go to the park to relax and just, work out. Can't because there are dogs there. I want to go for walks, but there's dogs in the neighborhood. I get it. But at the end of the day, I'm dog free and I love it. I'm going to end it there. This is part 2 of Gorr, the dog butcher, gives advice. Did it mean to make this a 2-parter over maybe 4 hours long, maybe? But nevertheless, we got it done. Another episode. This is episode 33. I didn't do that on purpose, but this is episode 33, and this time I provided solutions. I didn't just call out these dog lovers. I provided solutions because I care about the children. I care about this world. I care about humanity. I care. But dog lovers, man, please at least reflect and just think about it. Just stop and think about it. Ask questions. Get rid of the dog. Please, just get rid of it. Get rid of the dog. Know who you are. Help yourself. You don't need a dog. No one needs a dog. If you're addicted to dogs, then you need to seek some help. And you got to help yourself. And you got to realize what dogs really are. And they're just abominations. They're worthless. Dogs are worthless. To To me, dogs are a symbol of slavery. Because that's what people do to them. They enslave them. They tell them where they can eat or how they can eat. They gotta wear leashes, chains. They gotta be chained up, tied up. They gotta be talked down to. To me, that's slavery. A symbolism. Symbolic to slavery. I'm gonna leave it there. Hope you learned something or unlearned something. And once again, this is another worthless Mutts. And remember, it is okay to hate dogs.